Author Nikolai Gorshkov. All articles 205 the 24th of July 2018. With a little help from the government, how UK media operates. British media may not be as free and independent as they claim to be, newly declassified UK government files show. The files were released today by the National Archives in London. 2:02 the 24th of July 2018. BBC was in bed with the government to flush out subversives. Archives. The British Broadcasting Corporation (BBC) sought help from a government agency to identify subversives among its journalists, UK cabinet papers reveal. They were released today to the National Archives in London. 2:00 the 24th of July 2018. Good cop, bad cop, Thatcher's double game with Gorbachev. Margaret Thatcher's government played a double game with Moscow, publicly praising Mikhail Gorbachev for improving East-West relations, while privately working to take advantage of him, British cabinet files released to the National Archives suggest. The story has many parallels with what's going on in the world today. 21:43 the 4th of April 2018. Newly revealed docs shed light on UK's intervention in Russia during WoW. British military intervention in Russia in 1918-1919 was unlawful and indefensible, British government papers held by the National Archives reveal. It has turned Russian public attitudes towards Britain from friendly to the hostile. 20:04 the 2nd of January 2018. Foreign meddling into Brexit revealed. British Broadcasting Corporation has been branded supporter of a foreign organisation working against British interests after new allegations of heavy pro-EU bias in selecting guests for BBC's TV and radio shows discussing Brexit. 3:39 the 29th of December 2017. London challenged Prague over the dissolution of NATO. British government papers from the early 1990s reveal the leadership's alarm at the strong neutralist views of the post-communist leaders of Czechoslovakia, who advocated the dissolution of NATO. The papers have just been released by the National Archives in London. 3:02 the 28th of November 2017. British secret police spied on famed author Kingsley Amis. Kingsley Amis, arguably the finest British novelist of the second half of the 20th century, was under secret police surveillance, his MI5 British Security Service file reveals. The file has just been released by the National Archives in West London. 3:01 the 28th of November 2017. The Profumo affair, a German Motahari and a fascist father. Photos. A British Security Service file released by the National Archives suggests there was more to the infamous Profumo scandal of 1963 than met the eye of the press. John Profumo, Secretary of State for War in the Conservative government of Harold Macmillan, resigned in disgrace after revelations that he shared a mistress with a Soviet spy. 12:45 the 30th of June 2017. The never-ending war. Trump's Afghan surge may go Obama's way ahead of Thursday's June 29 NATO defense ministers meeting. In Brussels, its Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg confirmed that U.S. allies are willing to send more troops to Afghanistan to help President Trump's surge to try and defeat the Taliban. 15:06 the 6th of June 2017. From both sides of the divide, a united Ireland or a hard border named Brexit. Nowhere in the UK did Brexit create such anxiety as in Northern Ireland, especially along the border with the Irish Republic. Northern Ireland has enjoyed borderless coexistence with its neighbour for years, but Brexit brought fears of barriers and disruption to local communities and the peace process. 12:36 the 5th of September 2017. Loaded words from Holyrood. MSPs discuss major Russian propaganda agency in the day when Russia remembers the sacrifice it made for the common victory over Nazism in the Second World War. The Scottish Parliament decided to put it into the right perspective. 1742 the 4th of July 2017. US-Syria airstrike like Alice in Wonderland. First the verdict, then the facts of a serious setback to the promise of an impending peace process in Syria. The United States have hit a Syrian airbase alleged to have carried out a chemical attack on a rebel-held town, without any proper investigation of the incident. 5:01 the 25th of November 2016. How EU warning was lost on Brussels. The community must learn to recognize and face up to problems in advance. Our usual practice of drifting into a foreseeable difficulty and then haggling about its solution for so long that a major crisis cannot be avoided is extremely damaging to the functioning and reputation of the community. 1549 the 11th of August 2016. A convenient truth. Secret hand of Moscow. Behind all U.S. elections, Americans are casting votes in probably the most divisive election in their history, with record amount of personal insults by the opponents as well as backstabbing their own party comrades. Some of the more outlandish allegations were about the secret hand of Moscow manipulating U.S. democracy. 1849, the 31st of October 2016, Suez Crisis, 10 rules that shook the world order. 60 years ago, Britain and France colluded with Israel in invading Egypt to reclaim the Suez Canal, nationalized by Egypt. The adventure finished Britain and France as global powers and cleared the way for a new player, the United States. But the rules of the game remain the same. Get more.